Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of The Spark. I'm Coach David. Hope you're doing fantastic on today and hope that everything in life is moving in the way that to move. I'm glad that you are here with me on today, and I hope that you will gain something that's going to take you to a new height, a new level. As a matter of fact, I know you will. If you will take what we give you week to week to week and implant it into your life and then begin to build on it and live on it, you're going to see fantastic things happen in your life. So I'm excited that you're here today. Last week we were not here for my birthday, but nevertheless, I'm here today and I'm ready to go. So today we're going to talk again about mastering the mental. And what we're going to talk about today is crushing confidence killers. That's right. Crushing those things that kill your confidence, that take your confidence away. You know, there is something about a confident people, a confident person as you are. People like confident people. People believe in people who believe in themselves and who trust themselves to get the job done. So what we want to do, we want to discover those take away our confidence, that kills our confidence. And what we want to do, we want to come back and we want to crush them and get them out of the way so that we can go about being our confident selves, getting done the things that we need to get done. Now, confidence, just so we're all on the same sheet of the proverbial music as it is, so we're all there together. Confidence is a belief in your own abilities, your skills, your preparation to handle challenges, perform tasks, or even situations successfully. So, in other words, confidence is this right here. I trust myself, I believe in myself, and I know that I can get the job done. Now, that's not arrogance. That's not being arrogant. It's not about pretending that I'm perfect or that I got it all together. No, confidence is simply the assurance that lets me know and lets others know when they see it in operation that I can figure things out. I don't care if it's a routine thing. I don't care if it's a rigorous thing. I don't care if it's a regular thing. I don't care what it is. Confidence says I have a belief and I have a trust in my ability to get the job. Now, with that understanding, though, we got to understand that many times there are these things that I call confidence killers, those that take that away from us, those that make us second guess ourselves, those that make us doubt ourselves. Now, there can be so many of them. There can be a lot of them. However, what I've done, I've narrowed it down to what I would call my top four. And then from the top, other things underneath it if you desire to do so. But let's just get into the top four and see what it is that's killing our confidence. But here's the good news. Later on in this broadcast, I am going to show you how to crush them, how to just put them out of your life, and you can move forward confidently. Confident killer number one, and I think this is the biggest one of all, is negative self-talk, what I call that inner critic. I call it the enemy in me. That negative self-talk that you hear on the inside of you that says, hey, you might fail at this. You're not good enough. So is better than you are. You're all messed up. That is what I call a confidence killer, because we all have this inner critic, this something on the inside of us that will make us doubt us, that will make us second guess us. And here's what happens when that happens. The negative self-talk, the inner critic, it's got brothers and sisters. Yeah, the brothers and sisters is hesitation, self-doubt, and fear of failure. We're going to talk about them as we go through this, but I just want you to understand, in my honest opinion, and what I believe, your number one negative confidence killer is negative self-talk, that inner critic. That's the number one. So we got to deal with that, and we will. Before this is over with today, we're going to deal with it. Here's number two. The second one is comparison to others. That's when we set out and we measure ourselves by somebody else. And then we look at all of our inadequacies and all of our shortcomings and all of how we're messed up. And that is a confidence killer, because when you start looking at that and you start break that down and try to look at it from the standpoint of, oh my goodness, I'm not as good as this person, or this person, they're way ahead of me and they're younger than me. Boy, I'm telling you right now, that will just kill your confidence. Comparing yourself to others is a confidence killer. So we want to get beyond that. Okay. The third one is fear of making mistakes or failures. See, here's what happens. A lot of times what we do, we get so much into what the outcome is or the achievement of the goal that we forget about process and effort. And so a confidence killer will come in, and that fear of making a mistake, that fear of failing will shut us down. Many times people will not even attempt because of the fear of failure. So what we got to do, we got to understand that confidence killer right there called fear of making a mistake or failure, that confidence killer will cause us to play it safe. And when I play it safe, I could be missing out on some great opportunities. Well, I don't want to miss out on great opportunities. When opportunities come my way, I don't want to play it safe. I want to have the confidence, the belief and trust in my abilities, my skills, my preparation to handle any opportunity that comes my way. That's number three. Number four is something that happens to many people. That's the external pressure, or something that, we in psychology, they call that social approval. In other words, we're worried about what other people may think about us. And when we get into that, that will crush our confidence. See, this is what I've learned. Your actions, when you allow it, your actions can be driven by what other people think. And what happens then, that pulls your personal joy, your personal fulfillment, it puts it down and pulls it away from you. So when you are looking at the social approval or what other people may think or what other people may say, it will crush your confidence from the standpoint of you not being your best self, you not going out there and getting after it day by day by day. So those are the four main confidence killers. I want to go through and now every single, so when they creep their heads up, you can sit down. And so about it is understand some things about yourself. Okay, gotta figure it out. You are good to hey, I'm okay. So let's get in here. And what we're going to do with the remainder of my time today, we're going to crush these confidence killers. Are you ready to go? So here we go. The first one we talked about was the negative self-talk and the inner critic. Now, what we have to do with that, we've got, number one, we got to become aware of when that inner critic, that negative self-talk is going on. So we got to be able to recognize that it's actually occurring. And what we have to do next, we got to reject the negative thought. We got to take that negative thought captive. We got to understand that, hey, that's a negative. That is a negative self-talk. That's the inner critic. That's the enemy in me trying to keep me from being my very best and being confident about myself. Remember, I'm not arrogant. I'm not pretending that I'm perfect. I know that where my strengths and weaknesses lie. But you know what? I also understand this right here, that negative critic, that inner critic, I should say, that negative self-talk will try to slow me down. So I got to recognize it. Then I got to reject it. The next thing that I must do, I got to neutralize it. How do you neutralize that negative self-talk, that inner critic? Here's how you do it. You've got to go and replace the thought, but replacing it enough, you got to act on it. So in other words, when I have this negative thought that comes up inside of me that says, David, you're not good enough. You're not going to make it. You may fail. First of all, I got to recognize, aha, there you are. Next thing is that, no. That's not true about me. I'm rejecting it now. Then I'd be like, hey, look, I am successful. I can do this. I can figure this out. I say this many times to myself and to others. There is an answer. I just don't know it right now. But watch this. I can find out. I can ask for help. I can go and do research. I can study. I can Google it, as the kids say. My point is this right here. You've got to recognize, you got to reject, and you got to replace it. Then the final one that you got to do with that negative self-talk, you got to record your successes. What? Yes, you record your successes, because now that's your proof that, hey, all of that negative self-talk, all that inner critic didn't mean nothing, because I have success after success after success, and I have it recorded. You might want to have you a book of remembrance, and that book of remembrance will help you remember when you faced the challenge before and how you overcame it. I have this little book, and many feeling down, or when I'm feeling like, hey, this ain't working like I wanted to work, I go get that book of remembrance and I start looking through. And there's letters that people have written me, pictures and things of that nature that helps me to remember all of the successes in the past. And if I was successful in the past, I'm confident to be successful in this situation right here. So you recognize, you reject, you replace, you record, and you remember. That's how you crush that negative self-talk and that inner critic. Here's number 2, your comparison of yourself to others. Listen, this is a simple one for me. Don't compare yourself to others. I say this all the time. You're always going to find someone that's doing better than you, and you're also going to find people that are doing worse than you. You need to compare yourself to your past self. In other words, yesterday I was here. Today I am better. I get 1% better every day, and it's been proven that if I can just get 1% better today than I was yesterday, that by the end of the year, I'm going to be better than 95% of people. Why? Because people are always pulling themselves down. So here's what we really want. We want to encourage people. Number 1, I'm not going to compare myself to anybody else. And guess what? I'm not going to let anybody else compare themselves to me. We understand that we are individuals. We understand that we are different. And we understand that as long as I'm better than I was yesterday, last month, last year, that I am getting better. So I stopped comparing myself to everybody else. I track my improvements. What do you mean? I write them down. I track them. And I eliminate, oh boy, here we go. I eliminate the trap of the social media message. I call it social media sabotage, because you will get on social media and you will look at things and look at things and look at things. And if you're not careful, you'll start being like, wow, 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 and comparing yourself to others. Stop doing that. You don't, especially, you don't know these people. And people can put anything on social media that they, oh, that's a whole nother subject. Boy, I'm telling you, you just have to understand, live for the audience of one and quit comparing yourself to others. If you want to do something with yourself, celebrate yourself. That's what you do. So that's number 2. We crushed that one, boy. I love it. Here's the third one. Fear mistake. Now, I know you've in life, and there are completely and totally disagree with that. In my life, where you're in my life, winners, and there are, you don't when you're learning. So I do make a mistake. A mistake is a pathway to growth. A mistake is a way that I can learn. A failure says this right here. Hey, I learned something, and that's feedback. It's not final. As I said again, that's a failure. It's feedback. It's not final. I'm going to leave you with this right here. Don't you dare put a period where God has put a comma. In other words, stop from a failure. Don't you stop from a mistake. That's the period. What you understand, that's just a comma that says, hey, I'm going to learn. I'm going to grow. I'm going to get better, and I am going to continue to move on. That's how this is done. And don't be fearful of making mistakes. Now, you want to do your due diligence. Don't be fearful of failure. Just understand that when you go out, sometimes you are going to make mistakes. Sometimes you are going to fail, but you learn from that and you continue to move forward. My. Here we go. The final one that external pressure or that social approval, this is an easy one too. Really easy, but you have to learn to do it. And I say all of this is simple, but it's not necessarily, I mean, I say it's easy, but sometimes not sometimes, all the time. It's going to take work. You've got to work at these. That social approval one, you cannot control what people think. So don't even try, because all you're going to do is drive yourself crazy. What you have to learn to do is to control the things that you can control. You cannot control what other people think. You cannot control what other people say. You cannot control how other people act. But what you can control is how you perform, how you act, how you behave, and how you think. So all of that social approval and all of that external pressure that comes and everything, you crush it by understanding this. I am going to control what I can control, and I'm going to move forward in life from that. I'm not worried about what other people say. I'm not worried about what other people do. And some of these may be significant people. And the reason why I say that, because many times the people that you don't know or whatever are far off from you, they don't bother you. It's when those significant people start saying stuff that kind of gets you riled up. Don't worry about it. Control what you can control. Focus on yourself and watch great things happen. Watch how you grow. Watch how you develop, and watch how you come out smelling like a rose. So what we've done on today, we've taken the negative self-talk and that inner critic, that comparison to others, the fear of mistakes and failures, and the external pressure and social approval, and we've crushed them today. You know what to do. You know how to do it. Now get to work and get to doing it. My call to action for you is to go back and review this and take it and get to work on crushing all of those confidence killers. Remember, I tell you every week that I believe in you, because I do. I have confidence in your ability to figure it out. And that's why I say that, because I know this right here within each and every one of us is the ability to figure it out. So I want you to start to believe in yourself, trust yourself to get the job done successfully in any situation, and watch great things happen. Well, I hope this has helped you on today. If it has helped you, share this with somebody. Take the time out and share it with somebody so that they can be helped too. And if I can help you in any way, please, by all means, reach out to me. I want to be a source that can help you to improve and to go further. We're mastering the mentals, and we today have gotten the skills and the techniques to crush all of those confidence killers. Well, I got to get out of here. You have a wonderful day and a great week all week long. But remember this right here. You are the architect of your life. I'm Coach David. I believe in you. I will see you on next week. Bye.